Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of It Starts With You. I'm the host, Anna Yu, here with Erman Baradi. Erman is a community leader for Erman Entertainment and Networking Community. We were interested in learning more about how Erman stays grounded amidst so many people who want to be famous in LA, and how it has impacted his personal life. Let's get started.
You know, it's funny, when you invited me to be interviewed, I was nervous because you mentioned dating, and I don't really date in LA, so I was scared that the interview would have 5 minutes. That's it. That's all I can say, 5 minutes. But then I looked at your podcast, and I was like, mental health. You talk about people's work in the industry. This is LA, so a lot of entertainment stuff. And I saw your past guest, and I'm like, okay, I think I'm a little calmer now to do this interview because there's a lot more to talk about than just one thing. So that's what I appreciate about what you're doing. But yeah, very cool. I like your organization. I'm all about mental health as well. But yeah, what do? I am known in the event space when it comes to the entertainment industry. We do things in LA, New York, some other major cities too, Toronto, London when we can. But it's more so to provide a space for creatives and people in general, entrepreneurs and just the general public, for them to make connections in a modern world, because we are very tech driven. And we're so, I guess we're close in terms of technology, but we're so spread apart. So even in LA, like we mentioned events earlier.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to commit to doing that.
Yeah.
So we try to provide a space for people to do that, to come together and make connections in a lonely world, I guess you can say. So there's a term that I heard of last year. It's called big city loneliness. So big city's LA. We're surrounded by millions of people, and you can still feel lonely. So it's a juxtaposition. So you can be around so many people and still feel alone. So that's why we do what we do.
Do you think it's more about because we have to work really hard to get where we are?
Yeah.
I think that's part of it.
Even my business has been recovering since 2020. So people think it looks fine on the outside, but no, we're still hustling like everybody else to get to a point where we can be comfortable.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. I feel social media actually makes it a lot more difficult.
Yeah.
Because everybody wants to make everything look perfect. And that fact actually makes it a lot difficult for both men and women.
Yeah.
Because perfection is non-existent.
Absolutely. 10 years ago, when I first started posting on social media, 2012, 2013, 2014, I was one of those people who in LA was like, hey guys, I'm on the red carpet. Look at me. But I think over time, the older I get, it's not the same feeling for me.
Yeah.
With that being said, if you go to my Instagram, the last thing I posted was in April.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make me happy to just monitor likes and all that stuff.
I think that's really interesting that you say that, because I feel like the older you get, do you think that you want to have more depth in personal relationships?
Oh yeah, for sure. More depth. Because even when it comes to potential relationships, I don't want women to look at me and go, oh, he's so shallow.
Yeah.
That's all he's posting is this party or that party. But also just my own mentality, my own mental health. I don't want to just keep up with what everyone else is doing with the party scene in LA and whatever major cities we host in. It's just not my thing. And yeah, you mentioned the older we get, yeah, 100%. Especially when I'm in that period where it's like, okay, maybe he should be looking for a partner and have kids in the next 5 years. I don't want people to look at me and think he's just a party guy. I don't go to parties unless it's mine.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody who does events in LA and closes shop at 12 p.m. 12 midnight and calls it a party. I like to call it an alternative to the actual parties in LA. The room full of 1,000 people, I'm not into that. Let's bring 50, 100 people together and sit down and have a conversation. Like that's what I'm more about. Yeah, the older I get, I can say that I don't care as much as looking flashy and stuff like that. I'm very approachable, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
I put my number out there, which probably shouldn't. I put my email out there, I probably shouldn't. But what's funny, and you've seen this, I like to troll stalkers. It's one of my hobbies.
Oh yeah,
one of my
I've
hobbies.
seen that.
If people ask me, hey, what's your hobbies? I like to write poetry, I like to listen to music. I like to troll scammers. It's on the list.
You know what actually amazes me is that how many people actually try to scam you.
Oh yeah, I think they see the numbers. I don't know how they work, but if you see the messages that they approach me with, they do look at my profile and go, hey, you've done this and that thing with the major people. That's amazing. Click here to buy X amount of followers. So it's amazing because they do read what you do.
Yeah.
Because they know my background. They're like, oh, top network in Hollywood. That's a cool title. You should elevate that by getting 200,000 more followers.
That's insane.
Yeah, I'm happy at 20K, by the way.
Yeah, it probably does.
Yeah.
So what have you been working on these past couple of years?
Yeah, so beyond the events, something that I want people to also know is that I am a creative person. So I don't want people, one time someone was like, oh, you were on this project with me. I had no idea. I thought you just did events. I was like, no, I don't want people to think that. So I am in film. I like to write. I do a little bit of producing, a little bit of acting. At some point in the future, down the line, I want to get into directing as well. Because as a writer, we have a vision for what we want to see on screen. But if you just write and then put it in the hands of somebody else, then it may not turn out the way you want it to be.
Yeah.
I also started casting a little bit. So I've worked on projects. Have you heard of Verticals? Vertical series?
I think I've heard of that
So
before.
imagine you're on Instagram.
Yeah.
I think Koreans are top notch when it comes to storytelling, which I watched Squid Game, so that's another Korean drama. Not K drama per se, but a Korean drama.
Yeah.
So.
I met the cast.
Did you?
But I haven't watched Squid Game.
None of the seasons?
No, I haven't.
There's 3
I'm
of them.
scared.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm scared. I
It's
might.
dark.
Yeah.
It's dark. I don't want to get in trouble for saying this.
No.
But part of me wonders, in these hermit kingdoms across the world where there's like dictatorships,
Yeah.
part of me wonders if there's something secretly happening in these hermit kingdoms of something like Squid Game. Can you imagine North Korea having that?
Oh, like the
actual
inspiration.
Like, what if they're actually doing these type of games?
Oh my god.
It's just a thought. Who knows?
Silence.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, that's what I've been doing the last 2 or 3 years. It's fun. Long-term wise, I do want to work in film and TV. Like I write all the time because there has to be a balance for me of being able to write my own stuff and have a business too. So work in the business for the day, and then at night, I find myself more creative at night.
Yeah.
And so every day I'm either adding pages to a script or I am writing poetry.
Wow.
Because I don't know if you know this, I have poetry books out in Barnes & Noble.
I did not know
that.
that.
Oh, you didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
I should have brought them for you.
Yeah.
I should have brought them for you. Hey guys, here you go.
What is it called?
So there's two. No, I have multiple ones. There's multiple ones online, and the reason why I write so much, and I don't really promote it. Here's the thing: I write so much, and I put it out for people to, for my close friends to get. But then the intention for it is not to make millions of dollars off poetry right now. It's for me to have books out online in Barnes & Noble and different platforms, so that in the future when I make it big, people can look back and go, hey, like, let me grab this one and grab that one from before he was famous, or before, I'm not necessarily fame, but success, right? So I'm writing these poetry compilations for people to eventually get down the line once I make it big. But yeah, the most recent one is called Sad Songs for Happy People. I'm a big fan of juxtaposition. I know that word, and I've used it twice already in this interview. I can't really define it. I know it exists, but it's hard to define. But it's basically something in the foreground that's different from the background. That's what I like to write. I like life poems, some love poems, but it's not the straightforward love, sappy stuff. It's more, there's some storytelling to it. Like I like to think of my poetry as a short film. So there's like characters, and there's like a beginning and a middle and an end. Yeah.
So actually, that's a good transition. So when you write stories and stuff, is there a process to how you write them?
Yeah, I know there's a standard Hollywood way to do it.
Yeah.
And you know what they teach you in film school, because I've been to film school too. And there's a standard way to do it. For me, it's my creative process is starting off with a scene first. I think of a scenario in my head, and then I think I could build a movie around that, or can build a TV show around that. Then I work my way around it. It's just, I can picture in my head a pivotal scene that's very emotional. It could be the climax of the project, but then I think of ways to form a story around that specific scene.
Interesting.
Yeah. So some people like to think of a beginning, middle to end.
Yeah.
I think of one thing, and then I work my way around it.
So it doesn't necessarily have to have a specific beginning, middle to end.
It should, but I don't start from the beginning. Most people do. Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, to fill in. Sometimes I'll write an end scene and I think, okay, how do I get there?
Interesting.
Or
are there a specific number of pages that you write?
Yeah, screenplay standard
Yeah.
is 120 because 2 hours. Because of the Netflix model, when it comes to TV shows, people play around with it when it comes to a first episode, the pilot episode is what they call it. And so typically, in olden days, I don't mean olden days, like in the 1800s, yeah, in the early 2000s, 2010s, typically it was like 40, 42, 44. But nowadays you can play around with it because there are shows like Black Mirror. You know, it's each episode is different. As someone who doesn't like to stick to formula, I'm okay. If I was to write for television, I would love for it to hop around when it comes to the timing, or when it comes to the pacing, or when it comes to the structure. Yeah.
Interesting.
Are you watching anything nowadays?
I think I watch movies more because there's a specific time where it just stops.
Okay, that makes
but
sense.
like if I watch the entire TV series, then it keeps on going and going.
Okay, I get it. Yeah, I get that. And you don't want to be hooked. For too
Yeah.
long. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
You don't want to commit. Anna doesn't like committing, guys.
Hey, wait a minute.
Going back to the first thing you're talking about. Who's that you're talking about? I don't know.
That was 3 years ago, okay?
Yeah, that's true.
I'm a changed person.
Oh, okay.
Wait, that wasn't supposed to be recorded, okay?
Oh, was it not? That's funny. No. Yeah, no. This is actually really cool. Oh, what do you talk about with the other guests? Throw me those questions. I'm interested in knowing what you ask them.
Are you sure?
Yeah, sure.
So tell me more about your personal life.
In terms of what?
Like your last relationship.
Oh man, good question. This might make me sound bad, because there's two ways you can take it. So I'm in my mid-30s. I've never actually been in a actual functioning relationship, and because some people may think, okay, there's two ways to interpret that. Either A, he's a loser, or B, he's an F-boy. And I'm neither, I think. So it's just more so for me, and I'm not picky in the sense of I have 100 things on a list. I want to be in a position in which I can provide before I put myself out there and like, hey world, hey ladies, everyone come at me at one time. No, even if I was to date several women at the same time, first off, that's time consuming. Who can do that? But secondly, from a financial standpoint, I can't take care of all you.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't. I should only take care of one person.
Yeah.
So that's just the last 10, 15, the last date I've actually been on, I think it was 20.
Like when you were 20?
Yeah. Not 2020, like when I was like 20. Because like looking back, I say that because looking back, I don't think any quote unquote date I've been on the last 5 or 10 years in LA specifically was actually a date.
Wait.
And I can explain. There's even an instance in which I went on a quote unquote date in LA. It went really well. Weeks later, I'm like, hey, are you interested? Because she pulled back.
Yeah.
And then she was like, oh, I thought it was a friend date. I thought we were just getting dinner and I paid for everything. So situations like that, okay. So maybe I wasn't on an actual date in retrospect. So I don't really count those.
That's technically, if you're paying for everything, that's...
Thank you, Anna.
That's still a date.
Thank you. Yeah, but I guess, yes, but again, if you were to ask us both and we both had different answers, then technically it's not.
Then what were you doing
I don't
there?
know. Good question.
Listening to her problems?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No. Yeah. It's LA.
What were you doing with this girl?
Oh, we just had dinner. Fancy dinner. That she threw up.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Was it a white girl?
Yeah. Just to answer your question, I'm not saying I have a preference. Okay, I do have a preference, but I'm not limited. I love Latinas. But I'm not against dating outside of any particular race. You know what's funny? Speaking of which, I don't know if I would date or marry a Filipina because growing up around so many of Filipinos, it's like that any attraction for Filipinos, there's no longer mystery is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like I know them.
Yeah.
Whereas if I met somebody else Latina, there's something to learn more about.
Yeah.
Whereas like when you're growing up surrounded by so many Filipinos, I feel like I know everything about Filipinos.
Yeah.
Because I am one.
Yeah.
But who knows? 5 years from now, I might be married to one. Who knows? Yeah. I'm not opposed to anything.
Yeah.
Does that shock you, by the way? I want to hear what you say, because if you say yes, then I'm good. I'm not ugly then. But if you say no, I'm not shocked. I'm okay.
I'd rather not answer that.
She's pleading the fifth.
But the thing is that I feel it has pros and cons. For whoever you date in the future,
Yeah.
I think it would actually be a good thing, because whatever you guys do, when you go on dates or when you guys go to dinner and you guys are just having fun together, it'll all be new for both of you. Like it'll be a new experience.
Yeah. Oh, and also, I tend to be drawn to more creative women. And you might be able to offer some insight into this. Industry matters, I guess. So, and I see people date within industry, no problem. But when it comes to me, I think a lot of women more so want to work with me and not cross that line. They'd rather become partner in that way rather than romantic, which is totally fine. I'm not blaming nobody. That's cool. I'm glad that you still want to work with me. So I think there's a fine line there. You're like, nah, it's bullshit. Can I cuss? Can we cuss in this? Or?
I mean...
Anna, come on. Cursing's fun. Okay. What got you into this?
So originally, this podcast started off as just me writing down some ideas and just journaling,
Okay.
right? And
Was it for yourself?
it was actually
Like therapy?
yeah,
Okay.
just for myself. And a lot of times I would just hear my friends talking about how dating in LA has gotten really bad.
Of course, yeah.
And I was just thinking to myself, why isn't there any support system or any group that people can just go to just for support?
Okay.
And because there's mental health support
Okay.
groups.
Oh, okay. For a second there,
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, there's like support groups for that,
Okay.
but there's no support groups for dating
Okay.
culture or like dating in LA. And I was just thinking, if there isn't one, maybe we could just start something,
Okay.
like a podcast where we could just talk about what the problem is and
Okay.
how we can solve it. And that was originally how it started. I was just writing it down, all the problems I've had and experienced in
Okay,
dating.
first off, hold that thought.
Yeah.
We're going to share those, right? You're going to talk about those? Yeah, you will. Okay, finish your thought.
And so, yeah, that's originally how it started.
Okay. What have been the problems you've come across? And is it you or is it them?
I feel it depends. There have been some dates where it has been me.
Oh, dang, girl.
And
Okay.
there has been some dates where it has been them as well.
Okay.
And I acknowledge it. Yeah.
Do any of them go past one date?
Yeah, of
Okay,
course.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you go into depth, by the way? It's a podcast, right? So
Yeah.
you can talk
Yeah.
freely. So can you give one example as to when it was a you thing? Like, what was a situation in which either a date or a series of dates stopped? You no longer talk to this person because of something that you did, or maybe you found out something about yourself that was like, hey, this isn't compatible. Was any of them mutual?
I think a lot of times I've had to think about this over time, and I think the writing part really helped me.
Okay.
Because I was able to write down how it happens.
Okay.
And a lot of times when we process this in our brains, we're not able to really think about it in a more clarifying way. But when I write it down, at least I'm able to lay down if it happened in this way or that way, or is it just me thinking this up or making this up in my mind. And so one example is when I went on a couple dates with his friend.
Oh, okay. And he didn't know.
He knew.
Oh, he knew?
Yeah.
Did you tell him or?
No, they were best friends.
Oh, god dang, girl. Whoa. Were you eyeing him when you were dating this other guy?
No, he asked me out.
Afterwards? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think he was eyeing you?
I don't know. I
He
think
had to be. You're not invisible. Of course, he saw you. He must have saw you and said, "Hopefully, this guy's done soon." And
it's just I feel we just all messed up there. First of all, it's the bro code to just not do that, and me accepting that date, I think in itself was just a mess up on my part too.
okay. Did you date him multiple times or just the
No,
one?
it was just one time, and then I was
Okay.
just, this is not cool.
Yeah. And so,
Yeah,
so your ex, were you together or were you just dating?
we were just
Okay,
seeing
okay.
each other.
He must have said, "There's no way that I could ever see her again."
Yeah,
Dang.
yeah.
Sorry. It was your fault, but I don't know why I said sorry. Clearly, you should be the one apologizing.
Yeah.
What made you say yes, though?
I think I felt a little bit of resentment.
Okay.
Yeah. Me.
But wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. You've grown from it, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think, like, I'm a Cancer, so.
Gosh.
You know this. Yeah, but
I didn't know.
I'm-
Happy pre-birthday.
thank you.
I had no idea.
It's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah.
But I used to be extremely emotional when it comes to dating, and I think I grew from that, especially when it comes to dating guys who are extremely busy and doing a lot of things at once.
Okay. Are you? Hopefully, you don't mind me interrupting.
Yeah.
Are you drawn to busy people?
I think that also depends.
Okay.
Because even if they're busy, I still want them to have time for me.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
so that's also said with a grain of salt, because if they don't have time or make time for me, then I'm gonna leave.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
How much time do you want them to have for you? Or do you want them to be? Do you want them to be sporadic, or do you want it to be timed? On this Thursday, I have to have time with you. Or do you work around their schedule, or do you prefer people with schedules that are more flexible?
I do think it's nice if they have a flexible schedule, if they can mark when we can meet up
Okay.
on their calendar, then that's nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
my bad. Okay, going back. So
Yeah.
what does Cancer have to do with it? Your sign. I totally missed it. I went over that part.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
because Cancers are extremely nurturing, but at the same
Yeah.
time, they're extremely emotional.
Okay.
That's the Cancer feature.
That would have been a good question, though. That would have been a good, I don't know, segment of this podcast. Who's Anna dating now? Because it could differ every week. Can you imagine? Every interview you have is a different. Who's Anna dating today?
Oh my gosh.
And it's a different person.
I'm not that bad, okay? Maybe 3 years ago.
Oh yeah. When I met you on the rooftop with that guy you can't remember the name of. Yeah. Okay.
No, but seriously, wait, did he have brown hair or?
To be honest with you, I lied to you. I remember he was white, and that's all I can remember. I said I was gonna give you some details, but I can't remember.
Because
He must have had a normal person face. Nothing that stood out.
yeah,
He wasn't ugly, but he wasn't super handsome. Otherwise, I've been. Oh, okay. He had blue eyes. I don't know why I said red. He had blue eyes.
yeah,
You know, arched eyebrows. I don't know.
yeah. I don't remember. I don't even remember what his name was.
Yeah. So 6 years ago, I was talking to
Yeah.
this girl in LA, and it was like we weren't dating per se, and we weren't hooking up. Nothing. It was just more just conversation. We would connect every now and then with friends. Anytime we saw each other, it was with friends, and we had a romantic bond there, right?
Yeah.
I swear to God, the moment that we stopped talking officially, we were never even talking, but the moment we stopped texting each other, because I had this habit of not saving people's names on my phone.
Yeah.
I just knew people through conversation. So whenever I talked to this particular girl, I didn't have her saved under her name. It was just more so I memorized what we talked about so I could search it up and continue our conversation. And so when we officially stopped talking, I swear to God, I could not remember her name.
Oh shit.
And we talked for maybe 6 months.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I felt bad in a way because we talked for a little bit and I can't even remember her name.
Damn.
Yeah. Plus I never saved it either, so there's that. She's looking at me all judgmental.
Wait, you
6
talked
years
to her
ago.
in person?
In person,
right?
on the phone, through text, in person. Because they said whenever we met up in person, it was a friend situation. We had other people.
Oh,
My friends and
okay.
her friends, yeah.
And it was just number one-on-one.
It's like double.
Why didn't you take her out on a real date?
I don't know. She was older too.
Oh,
Yeah, so
okay.
I knew that it wasn't gonna go far. Because I do want kids.
Yeah.
And so I was 30 at the time. 30, I think 29 or 30, and she was like 37 plus, maybe 38.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So she was great. She was a fun person, great personality. I just couldn't remember her name.
Damn.
Yeah. But it makes me wonder. I wonder if she even knew my name because she never even said it.
I mean, she probably did because
I
you
don't know.
host the events.
Yeah, but we met outside of that.
Oh.
Yeah. Outside of that. But she never said my name to my face. It makes me wonder what she had me saved on in her phone.
Did she ever ask you for?
No, if I'm not mistaken, the day that we met, we exchanged contact. It was one of those things where I told her my number. Yeah. And it wasn't me trying to be a shitty person. I didn't do it intentionally to be a dick and just not know her name or not give her respect to who she was. But yeah, that was that. 6 months of and it wasn't 6 months straight of talking. We'd probably stop talking every now and then. Hey, how you doing? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then, hey, our friends are connecting on so-and-so date. Let's meet up. And then it's as if there was no break. Like we connect, we see each other and talk as if we never stopped talking. But then, like I said, the day that we stopped talking, I was like, wait, what was her name again? How do I delete her? I don't even know her name. Then it made me think of the conversations that we had. Okay, let me scroll down my phone. Oh, it's this conversation.
Damn.
Yeah. Is that bad? This is 6 years ago, mind you. 30. I was 29, 30. Yeah.
I can't really say it's good or bad
Yeah.
because I can't remember the name from 3 years ago.
Yeah, true.
Too.
And you were actually dating.
I don't even remember if I was actually dating him though. That's the thing.
Oh. 3 years ago. Mine was 6.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I can't say.
But that was the only time I actually felt bad about somebody who how would you even categorize it? Maybe just flirting?
Yeah.
It wasn't even dating. Like we never went on a date. It was just talking on the phone, texting, and then kissing in person. Well,
That's not a date?
no.
But you kissed her.
But that was in group settings.
You kissed her in a group setting?
Yeah, like when we're hanging out. Okay. Anyway, let's go past this unnamed person.
Okay. And that's not a date, right?
No.
Okay.
She's judging me.
So, what would you consider a date?
I think if both parties acknowledged it, set up a time to hang out and said, hey, this is a date. I don't know, maybe you have to verbalize it nowadays. Because I do know and feel from past experience that yes, women can go on a quote-unquote date with somebody for the food, because I've experienced it myself.
Yeah.
I think if both parties acknowledge that up front, then yeah, it's a date. Otherwise, the woman can later on say, we're just hanging out.
Yeah.
And he fed me.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that's bullshit though.
Qualified it as one, but she didn't, is what I'm trying to say.
It's just then why didn't she pay if it was just a hangout?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand that logic. But
And we dressed up too. She dressed up, I dressed up.
okay, that's even more weird.
What do you mean?
That she didn't consider it a
Okay,
date.
okay.
At least acknowledge it.
For
It's
sure.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah. But then since then, I've just been busy. I'm not opposed to approaching women, but where I am in life now, I'd rather see if someone would do that for me.
And what exactly does that mean?
Same thing, just Flip the switch. What's the expression? Flip the what?
Flip the script?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty bold.
Have you ever dated a guy friend who you knew for maybe a year or so, and you still let them have space to not just be a buddy, and then eventually they ask you out? Or, sorry, let me rephrase that. You did.
Well,
But he was able to win you over after 8 years.
Okay, so
This is one of those K-drama. This is a K-drama because this is one of those, I can see it on TV. The guy is attracted to the girl who only sees him as a friend, and eventually he wins her over. This is a K-drama. So I'm interested in the story.
this is okay. Oh my gosh. This is another situation where when we were in high school, actually, I dated
The different people that we're talking about from the most. Oh my God, Anna. Okay.
when I was in high school.
Okay.
Because I was in the same sport that he was in.
Okay.
And
Okay.
So yeah, and then when we graduated high school, he went to Berkeley, and
Okay.
then I was in Biola, so I was in OC, and then he was in NorCal. We were separated, and then when he graduated, he came back down, and then we started dating.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. But what happened in those 8 years?
Yeah. I met him in 9th grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
10, 11, 12. Okay. So you were still babies.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like you saw him as a mature man and, okay.
No.
Okay, I guess that's fair. Because it wasn't like you met him as an adult. I get it.
Yeah. It's fine if, a guy's playing video games or smoking weed and stuff, but just not around me. Like, I don't want to watch somebody smoke weed all day.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
And it's just not my thing.
I get it. Yeah.
So,
okay.
yeah.
How did he propose during COVID? What did he use as a ring? Was it he made it out of paper? What was it? What was the mechanism he used to
No,
propose?
he got me a real ring.
A real ring.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I disqualified this guy too early. My bad. Whatever his name is. My bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. At least he put in the effort though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did he really like you think?
Yeah.
So it wasn't forced because of
No.
space. Okay.
I think he really did try, but it's just that I just wasn't ready.
Yeah.
I just was.
What does ready mean to you?
I think it means that I'm ready to settle down
Okay.
and have kids.
Okay.
And
Do you think it was timing more so than?
Yeah.
So was it more? Okay, it could be a mixture. Was it more so timing, or that he wasn't the right person?
I think a mix of both.
Okay.
Because at the time, I was still in my party mode. I was still in the dating
Okay.
phase.
Yeah.
I was still going to school. Like, I was still.
That's a lot to figure out.
Yeah.
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 Life stuff.
Yeah.
You can't be thinking about getting married per se. Hey, let's talk about our wedding day. I still got to take these exams. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was just a lot of things on my mind. I was not thinking about having kids
Okay.
with a guy that's smoking weed
This
next
person.
to
Okay.
me.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
especially with people who want to have kids, that's what you think of, right? Is this the person I want to have babies
Yeah,
with? Okay.
exactly. Yeah.
Because even with me, if I see a girl nowadays, she can be hot as hell.
Yeah.
But can I have a family with her?
Yeah.
That's a question that comes up immediately.
Yeah. It's not really about the ring or anything like that. It's more about, can I actually have kids with this guy?
Yeah.
Will he actually take care of them?
Yeah.
Will he be somebody I can rely on?
Yeah.
Of course, I can rely on him as a friend because he's been there. But at the same time, will he take care of me?
Good question. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you didn't see that with him. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't.
Between the video games and this pot. What if he changed? What if he was different today? Because it's been 5 years. Like if he was to come up to you, he's clean as hell, suited up, has a great job, doesn't smoke all day. Like, would you give it another go, or is it just too much time has passed?
Honestly, I think at some point we did.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was after that,
Yeah. What if he was a millionaire? But what if?
I don't think that's really what matters
Good answer.
too much.
Good answer, girl. I was testing you.
It's just, for me, it's just how he makes me feel.
Yeah, it's not it. Got it. Good.
Yeah.
That's fair. Definitely fair. Yeah. Where is he nowadays?
I don't know. I don't keep in touch
Okay.
with them.
That might be a good thing. It might be a good thing that you don't
Yeah.
try to look him up. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, though.
Do you think he looks you up though?
I don't know.
He might be looking at this podcast series right now.
Don't.
So let me see if she ever talks about me. He probably does. Yeah. Because how many people can he say he has been engaged to before? So at some point during the week, he must think about you and wonder what you're doing. Or how you're doing, rather. Yeah.
You know what's actually funny is that I ran into his college best friends.
Oh gosh, yeah. And you dated them too?
No! Oh my god! No, I didn't date him. He was already engaged.
Okay.
But yeah.
Oh wow. It's heavy. That's a K-drama. If I ever saw one.
Oh my god. One day I'll find my dating journal series and I'll send it over.
Do you have one?
I
Yeah,
do.
Wow. And for you, it's therapeutic, right?
Yeah, I feel like it's a bit of both. Like it's therapeutic and it feels creative. And
Okay.
I feel like one day it might be useful.
You might write your own K-drama. Or you might write your own vertical series, right?
Vertical series.
Yeah. Casted by me.
Casted by Erman.
Can you imagine? My gosh.
That would be so funny.
Yeah.
It's definitely a comedy.
Yeah. But you had to add in mistaken identity somewhere.
Oh yeah, because it's Anna.
Maybe it could be a situation where the high school best friends end up dating you, and then you date them, and then you reconnect with this other guy.
Did you just write a series right
There's
now?
There's the show. There's the show. I see it. Yeah. This is fun.
Do you think if you were a father or if you had a child,
Yeah.
do you
Yeah.
think your life would change?
Yeah, because especially where I am nowadays,
Yeah.
I'm always chasing something, chasing a dream. And I think I will always be chasing a dream because even if I get something, I'm always going to be chasing something else and the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. So if I was to be a father this year, hopefully it doesn't happen, but hypothetically speaking,
Yeah.
this whole chasing Hollywood, it would still be in the background, but like, I do want to be that person who can provide for a human being because that comes first and foremost. I don't want to be, and even if I was very successful in the industry and I became a father, I don't want to be that father who misses half the things. I want to be there. So my lifestyle and my work priorities would have to change. I would have to give people responsibility so that I can focus on being a dad. I would always want to write. I would always want to produce and create content and work on movies, but human being is more important than all that. But of course, I want to make the money from all that, so that's why I want to be making that bank first, then have a kid. I'm very traditional, I guess you can say. When it comes to how I want to be a parent, I'm traditional in the sense that I want a career, then wife, then kids. I want to do things in that order. It makes the most sense for me. I believe I can work my way around both at the same time. I want to be able to have a career and have a wife. And then when we're ready, then the kids. I don't want to mismatch the order. For me, you know my personality, you know how I am. Can you imagine if I had a kid now before money and wife? You know what I'm saying? How am I going to survive? I can barely take care of myself. I want to be realistic. Oh, that's the order I want. Yeah.
I think it's becoming rare nowadays.
I think so. There's some people,
Yeah.
and everyone's different, but I see the struggle people have when they go about it in a different order. Especially when they have kids with people that they're not even in love with.
Yeah.
It's hard, all parties involved, especially the kids.
Yeah.
So I know some single moms who don't regret the kid, of course,
Yeah.
but they regret the person they had them with. And vice versa, a single dad doesn't regret the kid. Of course, they love the kid, but they regret the person they had the kid with. I don't want that regret for me or my baby mamas. One.
Whoa.
Baby mama. One. I only want one baby mama. That will be my wife. Yeah. That's what I meant. Yeah.
I see.
But I do see it as a rarity nowadays. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even in people I know. And that's not to talk down to them in any way, but that's just the view of how I want to live my life as an eventual parent and partner. Yeah. How about you? Is that the kind of the route you want to go to?
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I'm more traditional as well.
Yeah. We are Asian Americans too, so that might play a role in it, but even then, so that's how I am too. There was when I was like 13, I was telling myself like, when I'm 23, I'm gonna have a wife and be settled down. And then the older you get, you're like, that's not realistic. You move the goalposts a little bit.
Yeah.
But no matter how far I move the goalposts, that order doesn't change for me. Career, wife, kid.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. For me, I think it's like more like career, marriage, and then family. So
You want multiple kids?
I haven't really figured that part out yet. So
it's one of those it depends situations. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I had a magic wand, I'd probably want 2 kids, 2 boys, 2 girls, 2 boys.
that's a lot of kids.
I mean, if I of course, I want that decision to be mutual between my wife and I. Were you born here?
Yeah, I was born here. Yeah.
Hey, remind me again your ethnicity.
I'm Korean.
Korean. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, because China, they have 1 kid over there. So
Oh.
that's okay. That's the only reason.
Hey, that's messed up.
What? I was just curious. No, I didn't know. Because anyone can watch K-dramas. You don't have to be Korean to watch. That's why I asked. I wasn't sure.
Oh my god.
Did you want more siblings when you were younger?
Yeah, I think
Did you ask
so.
your parents?
Yeah, actually, that's actually another funny thing is I did actually ask my mom for a sibling, and then she told me, you don't know how it works.
You didn't at the time.
Yeah,
Were you
I
3 or
didn't.
4?
I think I was more 10.
10, okay. Maybe
Yeah.
by then you technically would have known how it worked. But from an emotional and fiscal perspective, yes, you probably would be like, sorry, Anna, that's not how it works. You can't just be like, let's have a kid, and it comes out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think my mom was very open about talking about all of that stuff, especially when I was younger.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think a lot of Asian households are,
No.
you know.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
This is like totally off topic, but I guess when it comes to growing up, did you ever feel, because my parents did a really good at not making us ever feel, but my parents did a good job of not making us feel broke. Because like, we always had food on the table, no matter the situation. We always had, like, anytime we could when we were younger, we'd have group outings. Like, we'd go out and have a good time. So like, it's not until you get older that you realize how much your parents had to go through and hid from you, but for your mental health, I guess you can say. Yeah. So you just don't realize that stuff until you get older. Oh, we did have that money, but we still had food.
Yeah.
So was that your family too?
Yeah, I agree with you. I understand what you're saying because I grew up in Cerritos.
Okay.
And I think my parents did go through a lot to place us there.
Okay.
And
you're first gen, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And plus my dad was giving my grandma allowance too.
Okay.
So it was probably a lot for them. And I didn't know, sometimes they would argue and stuff. I didn't know why. And at one point, my mom was crying at the dinner table and she was telling me they might get a divorce or something.
Because things got tough, right?
But of course, they never did. But it was hard when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Sorry to interrupt, do any of your relationships nowadays reflect your parents, or do any of your relationships, do you avoid things that happen based on your parents' experience?
I think that I've kind of tried to avoid the hardships that
Okay.
I grew up with.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of times we did have some financial difficulties,
Yeah.
or at least it seemed like it to me. And I think that technically, I mean, from a normal person's viewpoint, it would seem it's not really a financial difficulty, because I went to 5 different academies and
Were you a smart kid?
I was not a smart kid.
But so academy as an elementary school, how would you define academy? Because from where I came from, academy meant something else
It's
for us.
like extracurricular.
Oh, okay.
Like taekwondo, ballet,
Oh, okay.
like singing,
Yeah.
art, all of those things.
Okay.
And this was to boost whatever I'm doing. And then this was mostly for when my mom went to church, she would talk with her friends. She was its typical like Asian mom. But I think that it didn't really help my own self-esteem
Okay.
when I was growing up, because I didn't think I was good at any of those.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you mediocre at them, you think?
Yeah.
Oh. And that impacted your self-esteem?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
okay.
think so. And also, I remember I went to math academy as well, and I was not good at math.
Oh, girl. Yo.
Yeah.
Speaking my language, so I went to a gifted program for my middle school years. So imagine you being at the top of your class in 5th grade,
Yeah.
and then in 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. So they combined all the smart kids in the district. And then when that happened, you go from top to bottom.
Yeah.
And I was, how am I not in my head, I'm not missing any class.
Yeah.
How am I not getting any of this compared to my classmates?
Yeah.
I felt dumb.
Yeah. That's actually exactly what happened to me too. When I was in elementary, I was in a gifted program because I went to a private Christian school.
Okay.
And then when I transferred over to middle school, I went to, I don't know, I went to a public school,
Yeah.
right? I transferred to a public
Yeah.
school because my parents wanted me to move over to public school.
Okay.
And then so there was a shift in curriculum.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I was in the bottom of the class. And I couldn't catch up.
Yeah, I was there. I was where I went to elementary. Where I went to middle school, the gifted program. It was called what we call an academy. It was a
Yeah.
magnet school. So for all 3 years, I was on academic probation. So I was always in that D level, and if I was to ever slip below that, gone. I would go back to whatever district school I came from, not the gifted program. And so I was always on that periphery. I'm almost there. I'm about to get kicked out. But I always managed every year to stay in. It was pretty tough.
Yeah.
I felt inadequate.
Yeah.
So that's how I got started writing. Because I wasn't good at math and I wasn't good at science. I was like, okay, if I'm not good at these things, let me focus on what I am good at, and that was the writing.
Yeah. No, I agree with you on that too. When my dad started to see I wasn't good at math,
I dreaded B days, by the way.
Yeah.
That's my math days.
it was
Math and science. I dreaded V days. I would be so. I remember like, getting on the bus and in the morning be like, this hour needs to go longer. I don't want to go to school. If this bus ride can just be as long as it can, because by the time we get there and the bell rings and math is the first one up, I'm like, oh my god, no.
yeah.
Felt dumb Asians, you and me. No. But we're good at different things. That's what matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, good at something.
That's good. At least we got started on something else.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's one of those things where, speaking of mental health, nowadays, looking back, if I was to talk to my younger self, it's like, passing a math quiz, don't beat yourself over it, failing it. What does it mean today? You know what I'm saying? Failing a quiz now, or failing a quiz back then, has no bearing on who I am today.
Yeah.
So don't kill yourself over it.
Especially now. High school kids nowadays don't care.
A lot of them have potential to be millionaires next year. There's so much things nowadays they can do
Yeah.
to make that bread. And I'm not saying don't go to college. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is the pathways of kids nowadays compared to us, there's so much ways that they can make money.
I think
If they set their minds to it, of course.
it's just there's pros and cons to it though, I think.
Yeah. And that's why
Yeah.
I'm not saying don't go to
Yeah,
college.
yeah.
Still have a backbone or some type of structure.
Character.
Yeah. But yeah, because let's be honest, there are some people, like I said earlier, playing video games and making some bank for that. But not everyone can do that. I don't want kids to think that everyone can do it and make it.
Yeah.
It's still a rarity. Those people worked hard and got lucky because it's a mixture of hard work and luck. Not everybody who works hard will get that thing, or not everyone who's lucky will get the thing.
Yeah.
This is fun. Hopefully I answered most of your questions.
Yeah, I feel this was great. You know, thank you.
Of course.
Yeah.
You can catch me on Instagram, ErmanBaradi. You were out framed most of the time.
Oh, I was? Thank you for coming.
I will be back.
If you enjoyed this episode, you can support our cause by going to buymeacoffee.com/AnnaYU. That's YOO. More support means more episodes. The link is in the episode description. Also, don't forget to visit our Instagram page for exclusive behind-the-scenes content at It Starts With You. And remember, it starts with you.